the first formula is going to be sine. Okay, so for sine we have sine of 2x, right, because these are double angle formulas, so we have double the angle equals 2 sine x cosine x. Okay, so that's our double angle formula for sine. Now we're going to go into our cosine. So for cosine, we have cosine of 2x. Now this one's going to have three different ones. Okay, so we have cosine squared x minus sine squared x. Okay, that's one of them. Or we have 1 minus 2 sine squared x. And our last one is 2 cosine squared x minus 1. Okay? Because I want to have these down because I'm going to have to go to the next slide. Not yet? Yeah. Good? Okay, and then our tangent we have tangent of 2x equals 2 tangent x over 1 minus tangent squared x. Okay? Okay, so we're going to go through examples, problems. Okay, so first, if cosine x equals negative 2/3 in quadrant two, we need to find sine 2x, cosine 2x, and what do you think? Nice. All right. How are we going to do this? Are you sure? Didn't I give you formulas for that? Really? Okay, so I have a formula for sine of 2x, correct? What is it? Do I know any of those values? Cosine x? So right now, I don't know sine x though, right? What's my cosine x? How am I going to be able to find my x for sine? What does sine x equal? What if I went like this? And this was my x. if I know that cosine x equals negative 2 over 3, what can I fill out of the picture I just drew?
Adjacent and hypotenuse.
So,
Would be negative 2.
right here.
Yeah, and that's hypotenuse.
Good job.
3 over 2.
Okay, so now what do I need to find? I need to find this, right? We'll call this n. How do I find n? All right. How do I do that, Jacob? So what are my values for this?
N squared plus negative 2 squared equals 3 squared.
Okay. So then I have n squared plus what? Equals. Okay, then what's my next step?
Does it equal plus or minus?
It is, yes, plus or minus square root of 5, but what do we know? If we're in the second quadrant, what do we know? It's positive, right? Because it's up. Okay, so then what is our sine of x? Square root of 5?
No, we just found n.
That's n.
We found n, but what's our sine of x?
From where? What angle?
Opposite of right hand. So square root of 5 over 3.
Good job. Then we have what? Can we simplify this?
Yeah, on the bottom.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It's going to be 2.
Oh, yeah.
2 times what? What am I multiplying?
Square root of 5.
But then I still have to multiply this, right? So now what do I have?
Negative 4 times square root of 5 would be
Good job. Okay, so we just found sine of 2x.
Oh, it's phenomenal.
Except for now I wrote big, so I'm going to have to get to a new one. So I'll rewrite my triangle. So what were my numbers here, guys?
3, square root of 5, negative 2 on the bottom.
Nice job. All right, so now we're going to do,
I'm confused because that has like all the equal signs, so like what's just the actual.
what has all the equal signs?
Like,
It means you can use any one of those. So, we have, we know both, right? So which one do you guys want to use? From the beginning it gave us which one?
cosine squared x minus.
Like what was the very first? It gave us cosine equals negative 2/3, correct? So if that's all we had, which equation do you think we would want to use?
Oh, the third one.
Right. But if you were only given what you were given, say you wanted to do this one first before your sine, you would want to do that one, right? So we're going to use 2 cosine squared x minus 1. So we have 2 okay. How are we simplifying this?
Do the exponent first.
So I have what? 2 times what? What's negative 3 over 2 squared, guys?
It's just
9 over 2.
What is it?
9 over 4.
Negative or positive?
Positive.
Then what?
And then multiply the 2 into that.
So what do I get?
9 over 4
Which is
minus
minus 1. Good. Yep. Where? Oh, did I switch it from the first? Oh, thank you, Kelsey. Good job, guys. Well, I copied it down wrong.
Is that the wrong one?
Yes. Sorry, guys. Okay,
It's just flipped, right?
this is going to be flipped.
So it's just 4 over 9. So it's 4, 8.
Sorry, guys.
Restart the video or no?
Nope. You live and you learn. All right. So this is actually negative 2 over 3. Kelsey, you could have stopped me from anything. Oh, sorry. I guess. Trying to embarrass me, huh? Okay, so what's negative 2/3 squared?
It's 4 over 9.
Then what do I have?
Then you have the same as, it's
8, 9.
8, 18. Oh, yeah, 8
What's 8/9 minus 1?
Negative 1, 9.
Okay.
It's 2.
Then let's simplify the top first. What was that? We can do that. We'll do that on the next step. What do I have on the bottom?
1 minus 5. That doesn't work.
I'm listening.
The square root thing, like when it's squared, it cancels the square.
Mm-hmm.
4.
All right, now let's simplify this more. What did you do, Noah? Top? So I have what? All right. What's on the bottom? What's 1 minus 5 over 4? What was that?
Oh, negative 1.
Negative. Thank you, Kieran. I'm going to bring it back down here. So what do I do then? What's negative square root of 5 divided by negative 1/4? So what is it? So I have negative square root of 5 times negative 4 over 1, which equals, Riley. What's negative square root of 5 times negative 4?
Really positive.
Square root of 4 over 5.
All right. Right, because since we didn't do the cosine this way just because, well, we did it this way, but since we did know sine, we could have used one of the other ones, right? Well, we knew sine. Once you figure out your triangle, you can plug it in for any of the values. It was just easier since we already knew cosine to do your third one.
When you did sine, if you would have done sine, you would have had a square root of 5. Nobody likes square root of 5. That's not a nice number. It's rational. I'd rather stick with 2/3.
Correct. All right, on to the next example. All right, we're going to do a verify So we have sine 3x over sine x cosine x equals 4.
This is not complicated.
All right. I don't know what sine 3x equals. Do you guys know what sine 3x equals? I don't know. Do we know what sine 2x equals?
Well, sine of dot. So then it would equal sine to it. Is that a thing?
Nope. Doesn't work like that. How do I get a 2x out of 3x?
Out of 1x.
So I add them together, correct? So I can go right? Sine 3x is equal to 2x plus x, right? Noah, do you understand?
I do.
Do you? Or do you want me to explain? Okay. So now we have sine 2x plus x over sine x cosine x. Did we learn stuff Friday that looks like that? Looks like the top of that fraction?
To be honest, that wasn't my idea.
What did we do over there? If on number 6, I have sine x plus y. So what do I change that to? Plus or minus? Right? All over. What do you want to cancel?
Can't.
But what can I do? Can I split them up somehow?
Yeah.
So what do I have on one side?
Sin 2x cosine x over sin x cosine x.
What about that first part? Do I see anything that cancels out? Second part? So now what do I have?
Sine x plus cosine.
I have what?
Well, one that's sine x plus minus sine.
I can't cancel out the 2x. I can't cancel this out. If it was sine squared x. Yeah, if that's the same thing. If you can't divide inside, so there's kind of parentheses around the 2x, so you can't divide 2 out of that. So I have sine 2x over sine x plus cosine. What do I have for the top of that? What do I have? Sine 2x equals what? I'm going to write it down here now. What about this other side? Okay, so let's think about this, right? So I have a cosine on the bottom, right? And I want to try and get rid of a cosine, maybe. So, well, I don't have any signs on this side of on this fraction. So do you think I would want to introduce a sign?
No.
No. So which one doesn't have sign in it?
The last 2 cos squared x minus 1.
Then what happens? What about the first half? Nick? Were you, I think you mumbled it.
Oh, I didn't mumble and be intelligent.
Are you sure?
Did I really? The signs cancel?
Mm-hmm. On which one? Where?
No, wait, why doesn't it?
Like
Because
sine
we're
of
doing
x,
this.
like sine 2x over sine x.
Because you can't,
The two before.
it's
Right, we're not the exact same.
sine 2x is not,
Oh, because there's 2 of them.
because it's like this. That's saying like sines, if your x was 30, that's saying sine 60 divided by sine 30 is sine 30. Do you get that? Be honest with me. I'll explain it if you don't.
I don't understand it at all.
Thank you, Nick.
Attention.
Okay, we're going to finish this problem and then I'll go through why that doesn't work. How can I split up the second half?
You can't cancel cosine, can you? 'Cause it's square.
2 cosine.
Square root stuff.
What did I do over here? Can I split this up? Right?
What? Just see.
What's on the bottom
Okay, guys, let's finish up this problem. We don't have much time left.
Oh, it's
there? Tell her
secret.
she had a fabulous.
What can I cancel out? What about the 2 cosine squared x over cosine? What's squared? The cosine? Right, so is 4 squared over 4? What's 4 squared over 4? Can I simplify that? Which is 4. So I can cancel this out, right? I can cancel out a squared and this cosine. So then I have, so now I have 2 cosine here out in front, and then I have another 2 cosine. Yes.
One right above the so 2 sine x for 4 x.
This one?
How did you get from there?
This?
Yeah, how do you?
We just learned double angles. So sine 2x, this is the double angle for sine 2x.
And then the cosine 2x.